I thought it would be appropriate to show everyone, give everyone a little bit of a demo on exactly what geofencing is and how it can make a huge difference for your business in attracting customers or increasing brand awareness for your business. And so, what exactly is geofencing is really the question that we get. How does it work? And so, sort of how we define it is geofencing is what we call direct to mobile advertising that allows for companies to serve ads to people based on their physical activities and the places that they go. So it's no zip code or citywide targeting, but instead our ability to serve ads to people that walk inside of individual buildings. Let's say it's an event that's happening at, let's say, a convention center or a conference or something more along those lines, or one of your competitor locations where what we're doing is we're building what's called a digital geofence around one of those locations. And anybody that walks inside of that location, we now have the ability to serve ads to those individuals both while they're there at that location and after they leave that location for up to 30 days. Where will they see those ads? There's two different ways. The first is in app. We have access to well over 600,000 apps. You think about Angry Birds, Words with Friends, Weather.com, the Weather Channel. All those apps are places where our clients would essentially, or not our clients, but those customers or those individuals that walked inside of that geofence would see those ads. And then also it's in browser. You know, there are websites that have advertising supply, and we have the ability to serve ads on those channels as well. But those are essentially the ways in which geofencing works, and that's how it can make a huge difference for any company. But instead of just giving you the definition, I figured let me give you an actual live demonstration on how it works. And this is, sort of the back end of our platform and what we utilize for geofencing. Again, we're not targeting, an entire block, for example. At the end of the day, we're trying to achieve as much in our advertising efficiencies with our dollars as much as we possibly can. And so in this case, I'm going to give you a couple examples. Let's say you're a personal injury lawyer and you know that accident victims are your clientele. And where do accident victims go? Typically, they're going to go to a hospital, they're going to go to an ER center, they're going to go to a car dealership, a car repair location, a towing location. Those are probably the places that makes the most sense to really hone in on your marketing dollars. And so in this case, we have a location here, Emory St. Joseph Hospital, and we did a search for emergency care of Atlanta, and this is what we showed up, what popped up on our search. So as we go into the platform, what we're essentially doing here is we're building a digital geofence only around the contours of the building. We're not including, 285 or I-85 or Georgia 400 or any of these other roads, just people that walk inside of this geofence. And all of those individuals will now have the ability, maybe not all, but at least 90% of them, will now have the ability to see ads directly from you as a personal injury lawyer, both while they're there at the location as well as after they leave from that location. As you can imagine, that's very powerful because now you're really honing in on your advertising dollars and ensuring that you are showing clients, or not so much clients, but you're certainly getting your message in front of the people that are most likely to turn into a customer or into a client for your brand or for your business. So that was one example. Let's take it a step further. Let's say you are a business that wants to, let's say you want to go to the upcoming Essence Festival that's going to be in July at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. But for whatever reason, you can't make it. You just can't be there. You have too much on your plate. But you still want to get your message in front of them, all those event attendees. What would you do? You can utilize geofencing. We come into our platform, do Mercedes-Benz Superdome. That's right here in New Orleans. And then we would come in here and we would build another digital geofence just around that location. And anybody that goes inside of the Superdome, we now have the ID to their smartphone device, and those individuals will see our ads, both while they're there at the event, as well as after they leave the event. So it can be used in a lot of different situations for events, whether it be festivals, parades, conferences is a really, really, really big one. Different events that might be happening sporting events, stadiums. I mean, really, the sky is the limit. But again, you're really honing in on your marketing dollars to the people that matter the most to you as an organization. And so, lastly, I thought this one might also be appropriate. Let's say you are a car dealership and you want to serve ads, or rather, you want to target your competitors' locations. And let's say one of your competitors is, let's say you're Rick Hendrick of Chevrolet, that's here in Atlanta, Georgia. And instead, you want to target Nally Nissan. So you would literally go into the platform, type in Nally Nissan of Atlanta, do a search for them, and boom, pops up their location that's right here off of 285. You go into the platform, build another digital geofence. You can see I'm getting right into the contours of that building. And at that stage, you can see that everybody that walks inside of that location, we now have the ability to target those individuals, both while they're there at the dealership as well as after they leave for up to 30 days. Again, very, very powerful stuff. And so we think that your ability to hyper target and really get incredibly localized with your advertising matters more than anything else. But let's say you want to take it a step further. Let's say you really want to understand how effective the advertising is to drive foot traffic back to your location. Right? I mean, it'll be one thing to say, oh yeah, all these people saw my ads and all that's great. But what if you really want to get a sense of how effective it is and what sort of traffic is driving to my location? Well, we have a solution for that too. Let's say, and it's what we call conversion zone tracking. Conversion zone tracking gives us the ability to do all these different things around geofencing and then build another what we call conversion zone or geofence directly around our own location. And at that point, we now have the ability to track the number of people that saw our ads, clicked on our ads, and then came back to our location. So let's say, for example, we just talked about Rick Hendrick of Chevrolet. We do a search. Here they go. They are right here. So in our platform, in a different location, part of what we'll do is we will build a conversion zone. You can see this is a different color. The other one was blue. This one is gold. You can see this one down here is blue. This one is gold. And so all the people that have been here, been inside of Nally Nissan, seen the ads, clicked on the ads, left, went to work, came back, maybe they went back to Nally Nissan, but then they kept seeing those ads and those special offers from Rick Hendrick of Chevrolet. And they decided to go back to Rick Hendrick of Chevrolet, or go there to buy a car or to inquire about some of the offers that they had. We can track that within our analytics platform, which is really, really powerful. I mean, for us in our minds, all that matters is not just you being able to hyper-local and hyper-target just the people that you want to get your message in front of, but also your ability to track and measure the success of those campaigns. And that's what we're really proud of. That's the thing that we really get excited about as an agency. So, if you want to get more reach out of your ad spend, maybe you want to advertise to in-market buyers who visit your competitors' locations, or maybe there's an upcoming conference that you want to exhibit at, or that maybe you can't attend, but you still want to advertise to those particular attendees. Really the sky is the limit, and part of our job is to perform the proper market research, put together a really good strategy for you, and ultimately working to improve the return on your investment for any advertising that you would do with that matter. So I invite you to learn more about it. Schedule a demo, schedule another call with us. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have. I hope this was useful and informative. Thank you for taking the time. Really do appreciate it. Thanks so much.